Philippians 4:4 says, "Rejoice in the Lord always." And then he doubles it down. He says, "Again, I say rejoice." All right. And so we think about joy. I think about rejoicing, I imagine just like happy, jumping up and down, singing in the in the flowers because the sun is shining and everything is great, right? We're not in need of anything. Everything is awesome. And so we're rejoicing. All right. So when we think of joy in that state, then it's hard for us to imagine being able to always rejoice in the Lord because it's not always great. Okay. We have bills, we have health issues, we have relationship problems, we just have work, we have all different things that does not cause us to want to rejoice. But when you really break down what that word rejoice means in the Greek, okay, so I'm looking at the helps word study for it, and it says to be conscious of God's grace. All right. So experiencing God's grace is one thing, and then to be conscious of God's grace. Okay. So you are in thought of all that God brings to the table. Okay. Protection, peace, power, provision, healing, everything. Like he just brings everything. He is the source of all things. Okay. So if we are conscious of that at all times, then yes, we can rejoice, and we can rejoice always. There will never be a situation where God doesn't have what we need in order for us to make it through that situation. So rejoice in the Lord means that I am ever conscious on his grace. I am conscious on the fact of his presence, and that should bring you joy, okay? Because you got everything that you need. Nehemiah 8 and 10, I was on it this morning because I'm like, I need some strength. I can't make it. And that verse just kept coming to me. The joy of the Lord is your strength. I'm like, that makes no sense to me at all. But when I look at what it means when it says to have joy in the Lord, think about it. Yahweh, he's here with you. Okay, he's here with you. This is the power. He is the source of all things. Like I'm not going to sit up here and run down everything that he can do. He's the source of all things. And if he is here with you, then you should have a little pep in your step, a little bit more encouragement, because you can get through any situation if he's here with you. So that is where that joy comes from. That's where the strength comes from, because I have the power with me. I think about football players. I be watching these reels sometimes where you see these NFL players on the field getting cheered for. They're doing all this great stuff, and they be looking for their mama. Okay, thousands of people in the stands, and they're like, "Where my mama? Where my mama? Where my mama?" And then they see their mama, and their whole face lights up. Can mama help them get in the end zone? Can she run that ball? No, but just the fact that she's there gives them some peace and some strength and some comfort. And so he's there. That's where our joy comes from, and our strength, the encouragement.